Hi, I'm joined now by Nathan from Wisper and Wisper, who's stopped by to say hello. Could I just ask you, Nathan, tell us a little bit about yourself and the hats that you wear?
Oh, the hats that I wear. Well, my name is Nathan Stooke. I'm the CEO of Wisper. I started about 23 years ago, and sometimes it feels like I wear 5 or 6 different hats at Wisper. But I try to keep hiring people like, I need you to do this role for me so I don't have to do it anymore. But then on Wispa, I'm on the board. Been off and on the board for many, many years. And then I get to help run the agenda committee. So that's a conference where we're at here, ISPAmerica. The speakers, the sessions, and I get to be the MC as well, which I really love to do. I love getting up in front of people and getting them all excited about what our industry is doing.
And you do a great job of it, I have to say. Yes, definitely a great compare. Tell me a little bit about the key activities for Wisper right now as an organization and how they can look after the industry.
Yeah, so for Wispa or Wisper?
Wisper.
Wispa, okay. So Wispa, we're really trying to bring everyone together. This is our first show where we dropped the W. It was ISPAmerica. And that doesn't mean we aren't about wireless. We are still very, very strong about wireless. It just means we also broaden our tent, right? Most WISPs are running fiber now. Mm-hmm. A lot of us want a very large amount in BEAD. So we're looking at all things and say, listen, we're actually really the independent internet provider. And how do we move that forward? And I'm real excited to be back on the board now and see all the different pieces that we're working on to save spectrum, to get right-of-ways done. And it's really, we're the organization of operators for operators. And there are not a lot of other organizations doing that.
Yeah, it's great to be member-led because then you genuinely know that everybody's aligned. And I have an interest in Wisper in the UK, having set that up. And it definitely makes a difference to understand as an operator to be able to empathize with the membership as well. And what about Wisper, the ISP? Yeah. So what are your key challenges? Where are you at? What are the key goals for you right now?
Yeah, well, we just finished our CAF deployment. So we had 6 years to finish it. I'm happy to say we hit over 100% in every one of our states. So that's great. Now we have that done. And then now we're looking forward to BEAD. We did very, very well in BEAD. We were one of the largest winners in Illinois, mostly for fiber. We won a little bit in wireless as well. But we're just looking for that whole process to kick off. It's funny. It's every time you think, oh, it's going to happen by the end of the year. Oh, I just didn't say what year, right?
Yeah,
it's going to be challenging.
Yeah, BEAD seems to have stumbled along over this last couple of years. Yeah, and it's not been good for the industry, I think, the stop-start nature of it.
Right.
So as a host and as a speaker and as an operator, you've been in many of the presentations and sessions over this last couple of days. What are the key questions? What are the burning questions that keep coming up? What are the issues that matter right now in 2026 for operators in the US?
Yeah, every panel I've been to talks about AI. It may not even be like the session and what it's supposed to be about, but it's a topic that they have. It's somebody asks a question. So we're all just trying to figure out, how do we harness AI? What are the good? What are the bad? What does this look like? So I think that is like the burning theme. And then the next one is just competition, right? Our industry has gone from shooting fish in a barrel. If I drive a truck into town, I can't leave until I install 10 people. Yeah. To now it's like, well, gee, I have to be better than the next guy. It has to be less painful to switch to me than it is to stay with your current provider. And we know there's a large percent of people that hate their current provider. But how do we get in front of them? How do we make that easier for that transition to come work, to be part of our family?
Yeah, I agree with you about the fact that it's much harder to win customers now. When I set up my own operation in 2010, I could do a bad job and be thanked for it. Right. Today, you cannot afford to do a bad job, or you go out of business. So, speaking of which, the WISP industry and the independent ISP industry across the states, there are several thousand operators. How many are going to be left in 5 years and in 10 years?
Ooh, so you're asking me to get my crystal ball out. Fewer than we have now. Because it's just natural progression of an industry, right? I mean, look at the cable industry. There was tons of cable operators, and now there's fewer. It's just where we're going. Oh, I've been running this for 20 years. I kind of want to retire. So there'll be consolidation with that. But I think what's interesting is there's kind of a movement to this wholesale model. where there might be a couple large providers that build, say, a Toronto network or a Wave network or something. And then there might be a lot of small ones that pop up and say, well, I know everybody in my town and it's all about being local. So I'll just wholesale and I'm responsible for the customer. So I think it's an interesting dynamic. And the one thing I know for sure about our industry is we will solve the problem, right? We are problem solvers. We're not the ones that say, well, that's a problem, and in 10 years or 15 years, we may have the solution. No, we're talking in like 10 or 15 weeks, we're going to have the solution. So I'm really excited about where we're going as that independent provider. It's just going to look a little different than what we have now.
Yeah.
Probably in a good way.
Well, hopefully so. And I agree. The innovation in our industry is what makes it exciting for me. I love the innovation. And if you can't innovate in this market, you can't compete against the bigger operators. Nathan, I'd like to warmly thank you for coming to say hi. Best of luck for the rest of the event.
Great. Thanks so much for talking to me.